What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I apologize beforehand for the voiceover. I normally try to shoot my videos raw so you guys can see any mistakes, troubleshooting that I run into, and because you don't get to see that on some of the bigger channels. But I just got a new camera and I'm trying to figure it out, and needless to say I recorded a majority of this video in slow motion with no audio. So voiceover will have to do today, so thanks for sticking with me as I learn. Today we're bringing back the PC from my last video. Since I uploaded that, my girlfriend moved and got a new desk, and the thermal take case was simply just too wide to fit in the new space. So like any sane person would, we went out and bought a bunch of new parts to do a full rebuild again. So let's jump into the build. I'm going to time lapse the video for you guys, since the build was shot in slow motion on some error from me, so bear with me here. First off, if you missed my last video, the previous case shown here was the Thermaltake Core V21. Right here it's got all the sides taken off of it, and I removed all the parts and laid them out for some inspection. For a power supply, we've got the Corsair C5 55M PSU. Nice little unit, semi-modular. We're running the ASRock B450M Pro 4 motherboard. It's got 16 gigabytes of G-Skill Trident Z at 3000 speed, RGB, and an SP 500 gigabyte NVMe M.2. For the GPU, it's a Gigabyte GeForce GTX 1650 WindForce OC 4 gigabyte. Nice little card, does the trick for, standard games. It's really nice. And then for a game drive, we're running a Barracuda 1 terabyte, nothing special, just enough to run the games basically. Oh, and if you see my last video, I was using a super cheap screwdriver set from Walmart and said I would love to have an iFixit set. Well, needless to say, right after the video I went and bought one, and it's already paid for itself, but unfortunately not sponsored. And here we have the new case for our build. This is the Lee 205M mesh in white. It's got a full mesh front panel, 2 pre-installed front ARGB fans, and a tempered glass side panel. All the panels come off with these beautiful silver thumb screws. Personally, I like this touch because it contrasts the white very nicely. I also like having the physical thumb screw over push pins, just for more security. I've had push pin panels fall off during transport and cause issues and things like that. Next we're going to install the power supply. Like I said before, Corsair 550 watt, semi-modular. It's a really nice little PSU for a low power build. Next we're going to move on to the motherboard. Since we're mainly just moving parts from one case to another, there are a few things we didn't have to do, such as installing the storage, like the NVMe, the RAM, the CPU, cooler standoffs, things like that. It was already pre-installed from the last case. In a new build, those steps will have to be done, which I can cover in a later video. After the motherboard was installed, I wanted to put in the 24 and 8-pin power cables, mostly for ease of access, because once you get fans in there, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get to them sometimes, so I just like to do it beforehand. Next, we're going to move on to the second upgrade, which is the PC cooler. Here I'm holding the Lee GA240A Galahad AIO RGB. Very sleek design, nice aluminum edging, and RGB fans. And then obviously the next one was the GTX 1650. I spray painted it white. It was black, just fits the case a lot better. Finally, I did some cable management in the case. The only real complaint I have with the 205M is the fact that there really isn't a lot of cable management pre-provided. There's no straps like the NZXTs and Corsairs have. You just kind of have to use zip ties, which I had on hand. It didn't come with any. And just kind of tied them off wherever I could find. And then finally all we had to do was install the GPU. You lift that little plate up. Gave me a little bit of trouble to start with, but I ended up taking it out because it was more of a pain to try to lift the screws through. And I actually pulled the wrong rear panel cover off, so I ended up putting that back after I realized it. GPU looks fantastic. It's got my nice logo on it. I did the back plate if you've seen the last video. But overall, super easy to build in. Like I said, cable management was kind of a pain, but in the end, it's really a nice trade-off for as clean and good looking as this case is. So with the GPU installed, that was all that was left. The build is finally complete after this point. So let's get some nice B-roll and see what it looks like when it's completely done. Get a nice peel here. Alright guys, moment of truth. See if it'll turn on. Ooh. That is promising. Alright guys, there you have it. The new gaming PC is complete. Or I guess I shouldn't say new. Gaming PC upgrades and rebuild are complete. The two major upgrades we did was the upgrade of the case, the Lee 205 mesh, and then we upgraded to the Lee Galahad 240 AIO. Sorry, I was looking at my notes. And this thing just turned out incredible. I cannot believe how nice it looks, how good it looks. It's the first time I've ever built in a white case. I'm doing white parts other than the motherboard. It looks incredible. I am beside myself at how nice this looks. The fans look incredible. Airflow's great. It's a beautiful PC. And the GPU mod that I did, all I did was spray paint it, guys. It was super easy, took the cover off, sanded it a little bit, painted it down. It's not that hard to do some simple updates to your computer to make it look better. But yeah, I'm super happy with it. I am blown away at how nice it looks. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this PC build. I know it was kind of jumbled a little bit, trying to figure out my camera here. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you've seen, make sure you subscribe. Leave me a comment. What do you think of the PC? Honestly, like, this is probably one of my favorite builds so far. Even more so than Beastie, which I didn't document Beastie, but I'll throw a clip of him up here. But this is probably my favorite case and my favorite build so far. So what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Subscribe, like the video. That's the best way to help me out and support the channel. And as always, happy gaming.